who is running the draft room? Because you've got a lot of different power going on, right? Mark Davis is obviously the final say. He ain't running, you know what I mean? Does he have any, like, if he had zero input, that's most likely the amount of input that he has, right? Tom Brady is more likely the final say, but is he in there in that draft room directing traffic, picking the seventh over, the seventh round picks, grinding with like the lowest scouts? I don't know. John Spytek is the GM, and his title says that that's what he would be doing. He's never done it before. He's never been the GM before. And then Pete Carroll's the head coach, not the GM, but he has had that position before. How much influence does he have? So I don't know the answer to this question. I can hypothesize, but I'm wondering, Soto, who do you think is going to be running the draft room in Green Bay for the Las Vegas Raiders?
So this answer is a little bit more nuanced. So I think Spytek will run the draft room. I think there's going to be a lot of different input into how the strategy for the draft is constructed. I think it's up to John Spytek to make sure that they're staying on target and on plan. But what is the plan is really the main question. Mm-hmm. That's what's going to go into and who has more influence into what the strategy and the draft board and all that stuff. Because after that, it's just kind of following what you are, all the work you put into it. So I'm thinking, okay, Spytek is the guy who makes the final decision because he's the GM. Okay, great. But it's a decision that's kind of like a choose your own adventure book. It's like, you know what's going to happen if you go to page 6, right?
Yeah.
So I think that it's going to be Pete Carroll saying, this is what we need. This is what I want for my team. You go out and get it. Okay, now this is how and also, and Tom Brady is more of like the CEO style from the background. How does this align with our culture? How does this align with what we want to have done? He's not saying, no, don't take that guy, take this guy. I think more so it's, okay, I see what you're doing with that option. How does it align overall with what we want to have done? I think that's kind of how it's going to fall in.
I'm with you. I think Spytek will be doing like the legwork / bitch work, right? Like the paperwork, his team will make sure that like the graphs are up, the data's out, everyone's got their 3-ring binder with all the info they need, right? He'll be handling all that, the logistics of it. I think him and Pete Carroll will be sitting right next to each other at the head of the table, going over stuff. I think Pete, not overrides the wrong word, but Pete will like, well, I want to do this, I want to do that. Spytek will kind of navigate it. And then I think Tom Brady will just be in the corner like this. And then they'll be like it'll be like Pete being like, all right, guys, I think we'll do Mason Graham at 6. Spytek like, yep, I'm with you. Mason Graham at 6. Let's do that. How's that set? Patrick Graham? Do you like Mason Graham? Okay. And then everyone just kind of like slowly turns and looks at Brady. And then Brady just goes. And then they go. I can see it going like that. Because Brady's going to want his fingers in it, but he's not going to be grinding tape and shit like that, right? It's just kind of just like, cool, boss? Okay.
Brady's going to say, look, with the information that you've given me, sounds like a good idea.
Yep.
Because you're the guys who are grinding all the tape and you've made the draft boards, and off of what the work that we've done, we trust our work, right? Of course you trust your work. You're going to do all it. I mean, they're doing mock drafts every single day right now of different scenarios, right? So they have all the scenarios done of what they want to do with certain players are available. If anyone's caught off guard, either your name is John Gruden or you don't know what you're doing.
And then Mark Davis comes in with a PF Chang's bib with a mouthful of wings. Like, who do we get? All right. Keep going, guys. The checks will cash, I promise. Hey, you made it to the end of our video. Great job. I know you want more. Go ahead and click the next video. And if you're feeling crazy, go ahead and subscribe.